Don't blink, you should blink. We're doing it extremely dramatic today because people said that they love that, so we're giving the people what they want. Don't blink, you should blink. Welcome to the Terry Show. Doing Walkster, having a wonderful day on this 19th August 2025. My mom's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, mom. Happy birthday, mommy. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, dear mums. Today we are talking about what are we listening to. So, before we start, we have quite the journey as an intro. Before we start, we have this humongous Herculean task of explaining why this video is so important. I'm gonna be telling you who we listen to, and then when we say we, I'm of course talking about myself and the voice in my head. There's a lot of them. And at the end, we're gonna be just chilling and having a good old time, having a good jolly time. So, the reason as to why we're doing this, somebody asked me today. Okay, forget about it. 3 days ago, I made a video where I was talking about how I was an idol, right? And I felt like I did a lot of videos, but I felt like you guys, which is my fault, it looked like you guys didn't really know me, you know? And that's all fine and dandy until we realize just how little you know about me. And I feel like I'm hiding stuff from you, right? But I was like, yo, you're emotional, you had a fight with your parents, it's so normal, that's life. Next on the list, we had a person today that asked me for what I listened to. What was my favorite song, right? And I felt like, dude, we listen to music every single live stream. The song that come back, you should know that. But again, it's a nice question because you guys don't know me. I hope that's not my bottle. Thank God. It's not mine. But she's already screaming about, you're an asshole, fuck you. She told me fuck you today, so. Drinking, it's okay, it happens. So, yeah, and as much as how can I say this? It's kind of a hard video to do. As much as we're honest and open about what we listen to, I don't really let you in. You know, when I stream, and this is kind of insane because for 4 years we've been streaming, and I'm gonna be honest and say that possibly a month after we started streaming, I had something in my ears. One of the first games that we streamed was Call of Duty Mobile, and I was listening to Peaky Blinders. I still remember that shit 4 years after. You know, I'm always having something in the background. Now, lately we've been streaming a lot more. And the games that we're streaming are not that narrative. So, for example, streaming a lot of Binding of Isaac, streaming a lot of Fortnite, streaming a lot of Elden Ring. So, those games, narratively speaking, are not that rich. Elden Ring is the richest of the three. In Elden Ring, you have to really know your lore. You really have to know the game and to free fall into a zone of. You have to free fall into a zone of, okay, well, this is this and this is this and this is this. If I know that this tree or this, then I know that they have a connection. And somewhere along the way, they did a connection. Okay, I understand the story about this other person. It's a lot of understanding through the story of others, what they're going through. For example, there's this, I'm not going to tell you the lore because I don't know that much, but there's this knight, right? And you know who is the killer. The killer ends up being a good person. So you're like, okay, well, the whole thing where you not pretend, but the whole thing where you see him as a savior started that you was killing someone. And there's no reason for you to kill someone, understand? It's kind of nuts. So I've been listening to a lot of things in the background. And I've been more vocal. For example, I used to hide headphones in when I was playing a game because I felt like, I think that's the problem with people that okay, the reality is we stream a lot. Yes, we stream for 5, 6, 7 hours per day. And every single day we stream, so it's a bit harder, you know? A bit harder. I don't have that much to say. So then I felt stupid because for 4 years and it's very different. When I started streaming, I was working, so I would talk to you about my experience that day. Oh, today we had a lot of work, but then what am I going to talk about? The video that I made? No, because I want you guys to watch the videos. You know, it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a problem. It's a bit of a problem. So I started listening to videos quite openly. So for example, we started with the Elden Ring playthrough. We watched a lot of Howard Stern. And although it's not a big problem because most of you guys aren't bothered by the fact that we're listening to music, well, they're non-existent because I don't have anybody in my Twitch stream. Used to, then now I don't, which is fine and dandy. But imagine playing a game for 12 hours and having no people in your stream and you don't know what to talk about. So yeah, so as this, and I'm listening to something, and I feel like being open-minded and sharing what I'm actually listening to, sharing what we're actually, hey, this is interesting, this is what I'm watching, this video is really cool. Not really doing a reaction to it, but at least acknowledging that yes, there is something in the background. There is something that we're listening to in the background, and this is what it is, right? It's not the greatest thing we ever did, but it's not the worst thing we ever did. And I feel like this is important. Ooh, let's go. This time I'm hanging at the moon. Okay, so this is important. Yo, we have an event. That's the third time. This time I'm hanging at the moon. Such a good song. But yeah, I feel like it's more honest. It's more transparent. I was watching a clip, and it was a clip. It was about maybe a year ago. It went a bit viral. It was Amouranth, and Amouranth was exposed for having headphones in when she was streaming. People kind of got upset about that. I'm like, why not? She's doing 12 hours a day, licking the fucking microphone. Of course you're gonna have something in the background. You dumb? And then the persona about it was like, hey, she wasn't, people were pissed about that, but she wasn't pissed. She wasn't ashamed. And I kind of like that because it was a bit more honest than, yeah, a bit more honest than I was not expecting of her, but a bit more honest, a bit more transparent than what I thought. So the perception here is she does something bad, but it's not that bad. The perception here is she done something bad that is something. And because of that, I was like, yo, nobody knows that I'm doing this, right? And now I feel bad because I know that it's perceived as bad, but because people don't know that I do this, it's okay. It's like, for example, I'm stealing money from someone. People don't know that I'm stealing money, so I'm a good person. I mean, if I got caught, I would be a bad person, you know? So being transparent, being honest about it is a bit of a problem. It's a bit of a problem. Now, ultimately speaking, the reason why we're talking about this is because the reality is I'm going to be listening to a lot more. So, as you can see outside, the autumn is coming in, which is rainy season, is caca season. Tomorrow's going to be rain. Look how bad it is. It's horrible. So, with that being said, I'm going to have a couple of really good moments together. And those really good moments together are as simple as, I don't know. It's just streaming more, right? And I just announced that I was going to do a betting on Isaac. Betting on Isaac because we got into a deep lore today. The deep lore took an hour. And it's a 500 hours video. 500 hours game. So I mean, there's not enough. There's not a lot. So, yeah. I'm going to be listening to a lot of videos on this. Now, of course, I'm going to be listening to videos in the background so you can kind of hear it. But it's not a complete video. For example, so who do we listen to? It's a really good question. We're listening to, for some reason, I gotta be honest and say this is now. I would like to do this like once a month, maybe twice a season. So every 2 months by season. So right now we just listen to a lot of Nico Caro. I'm done. because I've been listening to it too much. Kid Boga. Kid Boga is weird because I keep him for when I work, you know. So we keep it for that. It's weird because this morning, also the reason why we're doing this is this morning I knew that I was gonna stream more, and this is not on purpose. This is not a plan of God. This is not God's plan. So we have a problem with the storage because it's full. We have this new phone. So what I do is I transfer file from this phone to this phone. And because I transfer file from this phone to this phone, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? I'm sorry, guys. A big day today. I'm exhausted. So what we did is we use QuickShare usually, which works. However, this is UMakeD. This is Android. So you have to do a application called ShareIt. I swear to God, I wish I was joking. For fuck's sakes. We literally transferred to 18 gigs. And it took us 339 minutes. I don't know if you could imagine, that's 5 hours and a half. It was my whole day, which is why we're listening to and of course I'm using two phones, so forget about streaming, forget about filming. Because the problem is if you leave the page of ShareIt, they'll disconnect you. Right? So I'm doing a deep dive. And then we watched a lore video, and then I watched another lore video. And then I discovered a old content creator that I used to listen to a lot. Lady Lore. I'm watching a lot of, what's his name? Sebi something. He's most known for his, This Time I'm Howling at the Moon. Yeah. Playlists. This is my account, my Ivy Crib account. Where is it? Of course it's not there. Of course it's not there. This is kind of nuts because, yeah, Tower Background is there. Tower Background today was at 212 videos. It is now at 500 something. So it's what? It's Civic. I think it's Civic. Yes, it is. No. It's an obscure 33, and it's Seb. Sibby Webs. Yeah. I don't know. He's just a nerd that likes to talk about games, so it's kind of fun for. Do I identify myself as a nerd? No. But I'm listening to a lot of nerd, and it's nice to listen to. Like my cousin, he loves Magic the Gathering, and I wish I loved something as much as he do. And he's not afraid of being judged, or it's weird, you know, just the way he is, and I appreciate that. I admire that somehow. To Sebi talking about Final Fantasy and his opinion about games, and it's also the fact that he doesn't give a shit what people think. For example, so when we talk about a game called Legend of Dragoons. Legend of Dragoon isn't relevant. It's about Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're not relevant. 15 is relevant. 16 is relevant. 14 is relevant. Who talks about 12 anymore, you know? And talks about them as there's still something that's current, so I love that. Lady Lore, the way she's talking. It's a very soothing voice, and it's gaming content. And, you know, I think this is where it's kind of important. If I'm streaming, let's listen to something that is about gaming, you know. And there's the last one, Sinvictus. Sinvictus, in my opinion, is perfect content. If you want a game, okay, so The Outdoors Boys also, but The Outdoors Boys, I'm being careful with it because they don't make content anymore. So the amount of content I have, I want to schedule it, or I kind of want to keep it to last for 2 years, you know. I want to be listening to Outdoors Boys. So Outdoors Boys we listened to a lot last winter. I want to be able to say this winter we're also going to be listening to Outdoors Boys. It's what? This is because I talk too much. Those boys, Lady Lore. Oh, Sinvictus. Sinvictus, in my opinion, is the perfect content. He got in trouble because he cheated. So he's winning Binding of Isaac, which is the game we're going to be playing the most during the winter. So this is kind of super cool as to why. Why is it so cool? Well, the truth is, each cheating, for example, it'll do a Lilith run. And Lilith, the strategy behind Lilith is to have as much of buddies as you can have, as you can physically have. Because her weapon or item is you double the buddies. And it's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Kind of insane because he does a run, talks about anything else than Binding of Isaac. And every single day he'll upload an hour of content. And it's amazing. And yes, he's cheating, but it'll change seeds. For example, it'll have all of the buds. And I think that's cool, because you're offering content at the same time. So yeah, these are who we listen to right now. This possibly will change, but for now, this is it.